Hello, this is NTI 27. We're going to be looking at the mid-segment of a trapezoid. Okay, so two things that we know about, well, first, what is the midsegment of a trapezoid? Midsegment of a trapezoid connects the midpoints of the legs. Okay, so legs of a trapezoid, remember the parallel sides, those are our bases. The non-parallel sides are our legs. Okay, so the bases are parallel, non-parallel sides are our legs. The mid-segment connects the midpoints of the legs. So E is the midpoint of AD. How do we know that? Because it divides AD into two congruent parts. We have tick marks there. F is the midpoint of BC. How do we know that? F is dividing BC into two congruent parts. We have double ticks over here. Note this is not an isosceles trapezoid. So this works for any trapezoid. Two things that we know about the midsegment. The midsegment is parallel to the bases. Okay? So if EF is the midsegment of trapezoid ABCD, then EF is parallel to AB and EF is parallel to DC. Okay, it's parallel to both bases. The other thing that we know is about its length. It is half the length of the sum of the two bases. Okay, so the length of EF, remember we write that as just EF, nothing above it. That means the distance from E to F. EF is equal to the sum of these two lengths. So one way we can say that is we can say, AB plus DC. So that's the length of AB plus the length of DC divided by 2. Or you can put 1/2 in front. Either way works fine. Okay. So let's look at example 1, or number 1 as an example. Use the trapezoid above for questions 1 through 4. So we're using ABCD up here. If AB is 14, now because I'm using a pen and I don't want to erase, it's good to have a picture to look at. AB is 14, that's this base. DC is 26. Okay, so for this one, pretty easy. Just add these together, divide by 2. So I'm going to make this arithmetic. You don't have to do this. 14 plus 26, 4 plus 6 is 10. Carry the 1, 40. So add them together, you get 40. Divide by 2, 20. So EF would equal 20. Add them together, divide by 2. I made it look harder than it really is. Okay. I want you to do number 2 for practice. Now let's look at number 3. EF is the midsegment. It's 22. DC, that's my bottom base, is 38. Now, I don't know if you guys remember this, but we did something like this when we did the midpoint. If we knew an endpoint and the midpoint, we were finding the other endpoint. We looked at how did this change, and then we did the same amount of change. You can do the same thing here. So if we are going from 38 to 22, what is this difference? Okay, so this is a change of 16. Okay, so 22 plus 16 is 38. So if we're going this way, we're decreasing by 16. So if we're going to go from here to here, we have to decrease. Hopefully it makes sense that AB is smaller than EF. So what is 22 minus 16? Have to borrow 6. Okay, if you don't believe it, you can check it. What's 38 plus 6? This one I would count up. 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. 44 divided by 2 is indeed 22. That's our check. Okay, so AB equals 6. Some of my classes, I just did dot counting to do that addition. Some of us, we've talked about that. Some of us, we have not. Okay. So all I did is I looked at this difference and realized if I go from here to here, I'm decreasing. To go from here to here, I have to decrease as well. That's all it is, guys. Don't make it hard. Okay. Look at this one. It's algebra. You're going to have to use algebra on this. Okay? Doesn't matter which base it is. This is equal to the sum of these divided by 2. I'm going to write this down first. So I've got 5x minus 19. What am I doing there? 5x minus 19 equals, add these together, combine like terms. Don't have an x here, so it's just going to be x plus 38 plus 14. So that's going to be 52 divided by 2. Okay? So this plus this divided by 2 is equal to the length of the midsegment. Now, if I could divide both of these by 2, I would. Don't really want to get a fraction in front of my x right here. So to eliminate this division by 2, I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. Cancels that out. So I have to distribute my 2 over here. 2 times 5 is 10, so that's 10x. 2 times 19, 38 equals x plus 52. These canceled out, so it's just x plus 52 over here now. Okay, I multiplied both sides by 2. Now I'm just solving for x. So I've got an x on each side. I'm going to subtract x from both sides. So I get 9x minus 38 equals 52. Add 38 to both sides. So I get 9x equals 90. Divide by 9. And x equals 10. Okay, not finished though because it wants me to find yz. Okay, yz, that's my midsegment. Substitute in. So 5 times 10 minus 19. So that's 50 minus 19, so 31. YZ equals 31. Okay? So remember, it's your mid-segment is equal to the sum of your two bases divided by 2. If you can divide both of these by 2, we did that on our flip book, go ahead and do it. If not, multiply both sides by 2. Okay? So on this paper, you have 2 and 4, 6 and 7. I am going to upload a video, another YouTube video that's a different guy going over this section. It's trapezoids and kites. He works through examples. You can go forward, backwards, find what you need to find. He answers a lot of student questions. I hope you will find that helpful. I'm not going to make that required. I'm just putting it up there in case you need some extra help. Okay. This is a one-sided paper. Okay, one-sided paper. So you've only got 4 problems to do on this. I will put a form so you can check your answers. And then NTI 28, I have scheduled to be a quiz. That's technically on Monday. So it'll be a trapezoid quiz just over the trapezoid things. So you have your regular trapezoid, your isosceles trapezoids, and the mid-segment of a trapezoid. So just what we have done this week. So NTI 23 through 27. A little quiz over that. Okay, remember on the quizzes, you cannot resubmit. So make sure you've done everything, checked your work, make sure you're good on that. If you're having problems, take a picture of what you're doing, send me an email so I can help you. Stay healthy, stay well, and man, do I miss you guys. Take care.